What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Man, I am so excited to be here with you today because if you couldn't tell from the thumbnail, today we have a very, very special guest. I am so excited to bring this guest on. And as you can tell from the headline, today we're going to be talking about our most worn fall fragrances. And the reason why we say most worn is because fall's almost over and we're heading right into winter. So we kind of wanted to just kind of give our maybe 10, I'll do 5, he'll do 5, or however many, it doesn't really matter. Just kind of hang loose here. We'll kind of give, I'll give my 5, Mikey will give his 5, and we'll talk about our favorite fall fragrances that we wore a whole hell of a lot. So I'm excited to be talking about that. And we'll get started and bring Mike on and all that stuff once we get a little bit more people here on the live. But just wanted to ask everybody that is here, what is your scent of the day? Like I always ask. And when I woke up this morning, I started out with a brand new fragrance. This one is called, this one's called Secret Water. And then as the evening wore on, I moved to a different fragrance, but we'll talk about that a little bit more once Mikey comes on and I get more of you in here. But let me know in the comment section what everybody's scent of the day was. I'd like to know that. Let me know. And I'm really in a good mood today, okay? Nothing can bring me down because this weekend my Buckeyes won big and then my Browns won by the skin of their teeth. I'm telling you. Every game with them is it's emotional damage. Every game with them is a roller coaster. So we won by a field goal. I'm excited. We are 7-3, and I cannot remember the last time the Lions and the Browns had a winning record. So that's crazy. Who's everybody out there rooting for this year? If you do like football, I'd love to know some of your favorite teams. And without any further ado, let's see if I can figure out how to do this once again.
I don't know if you're still doing YouTube or not.
What's up, brother?
What's up, man? How are you?
Can you hear me? Oh, hold on. I got the OG going on in the background.
I hear him.
I got the OG playing. My bad. Yeah. You know.
No, he's a superstar.
Tapping in.
Man.
Absolutely, man. How you doing, bro?
Good. We were just texting after this morning, actually, me and him. So.
Yeah, he's good people, man.
Yeah, he is awesome.
I love Russell Mack, man.
Well, thank you, man, so much. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. I was looking forward to it, man. When you did your live stream last week for the first time, and you were just like, a little nervous, but I mean, I couldn't tell. You killed it, in my opinion, and I think it just happened organically. You're like, you know what? Well, when are you free? Let's figure something out. And I was like, man, Sundays are usually good for me, so I'm glad we were able to make it happen, man.
Yeah, awesome. I had a good one last night with Joe. That was awesome. That was a lot of fun, and I think you came by, so appreciate that.
Yeah.
What have you been doing today?
Man, to be honest, not too much, man. We just been getting the house ready for Christmas.
I see.
Yeah, we've been getting the house ready for Christmas. I will admit I was a little under the weather yesterday in terms of my sinuses and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's my fault because I use that nasal thing, that nasal spray. And I think I've been using it too much because they say it causes like a rebound. So I just had to give myself a couple of days off of it. So, but
gotcha.
I'm breathing fine. But yesterday, man, I was a little congested. But
pretty
much just taking it easy, man. How about yourself?
Man, I'm doing good. It was kind of a lazy day. I worked myself to the bone last night, moving my brother-in-law, and the only reason I even remotely decided to do it is there was big money involved, and yeah, fragrances, dude. Yep. It's like a habit. Got to have them, right?
Yep. Got to catch them all.
I pulled the trigger today and bought a few things, and so yeah, I did that. Lazy, watched the Browns win by the skin of their teeth, and so I'm a happy camper.
Nice. I like how your background's blue, my background's red. It kind of
right.
fits perfectly.
It's like good versus evil.
For sure. You want to see something kind of cool?
Yeah, let's see it.
Give me 1 second.
No worries.
So I got this last year. It's an iSMELL ornament.
Nice. I love it. I love the custom stuff. That's awesome. Yeah. Man. Fantastic.
Cool. I didn't do it. My wife got it for me. I thought it was
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So tell everybody what you're wearing today.
Scent of the day, man. So I'm one of those weird type of people that like to match my and you know what? Before I go any further, let me maybe multitask so I can see the comments. Are people here? Is anybody here?
There's a few people. I think we've got like 5 so far.
Okay, cool. Awesome. What's up, Josh? What's up, MS? Yeah. So scent of the day, I'm kind of like one of those weird people that like to match what I wear with the bottle sometimes. So I wore red. Red kind of seems to be the theme of the day. I went with Prada Luna Rosa Sport. Have you wore this one?
No, I've gotten my nose on it. I actually had from Chef Cants. I actually had a decant of it, so I have
What'd
one.
you think about it?
Yeah, I liked it. It's been a while. It's been a
Yeah.
long while since
You
I've
know what
worn
it
it.
smells like to me a little bit? It has that lavender vanilla type of
Mhm,
feeling.
mhm.
Not very similar, but I would say about 65-70% similar with Le Mans.
Okay.
Yeah. So you get that aromatic vanilla, a little bit spicy, but I like the Prada Luna Rosa Sport just a little bit more.
That Le Mans that you just showed, that one relaxes me. I sometimes wear it when I go to bed.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. We're just kind of an easy going day at the house, just kind of taking it easy. I didn't want to wear something too heavy.
Yeah.
Little aromatic vanilla just kind of did the job. What about yourself? What are you wearing?
Today I wore Secret Water.
Oh
Kind
yeah,
of a
you showed it up at the top of the
new release, and then I closed it out with something else, but I figured I'd wait to talk about that for our most worn fall fragrances because it is
So
one of my most.
So you wore two different fragrances today?
Because it was really hot
Yeah.
this afternoon, and then I went to an event at the church, and it was cool, and we were outdoors, so I wore
Nice.
something a little bit more heavier. Yeah.
Nice. Sounds like an excellent day, brother.
Yeah, it was fun. A lot of fun. So
Awesome.
So today's video is about, and before I get started, in case any of you don't know, this is Mikey from iSMELL. I'd be remiss if I didn't give you an introduction. And Mikey is one of those guys that to me is a savant because you have this talent for talking in front of the camera. You're very well spoken, and not everybody has that talent to speak like you do. So I think you're absolutely amazing in front of the camera. You're an amazing reviewer. And anytime I mention your name, it doesn't matter what circle I'm in, everybody has nothing but good things to say about you. So I think that speaks a lot about you. So I want everybody right now that isn't following Mikey, go over to his channel, make sure you subscribe to him on everything, all the platforms, and check him out. He's one hell of a guy and somebody I call consider a friend. We definitely message back and forth, and so I'm excited to do this video with you.
I really do appreciate it, man. Yeah, and you already know I went on record to say you're one of the reasons I even started a channel because I saw, you appeal to the everyday person, you just seem like a dad, family man, Yeah. So you were one of the people that made me feel like the editing wasn't over the top. I was like, because that's the hardest part, is just turning the camera on and going. That was the hardest part. That's the biggest hurdle. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna turn my camera on and just go. And you can tell from the first video to where I'm at now. There should always be growth, but the first video, it was I didn't know what to do, so I just kind of hit record. Yeah.
What's up, Joe?
What's good, Anav?
For Joe. Love you, buddy. Okay, so what I was thinking of doing is since you're the guest, I'll have you go first, and I think we'll just kind of go back and forth. I've picked out 5, but we're not limited to 5. I just thought maybe 10 would be, good. You do one, I'll do one, and we'll kind of talk about it and go back and forth. So what is your first most worn fall fragrance?
So there's going to be a lot of overlap in my fall fragrances video with most worn with some of the fragrances, but it's kind of weird in the sense that sometimes the fragrances that you put as your favorite fall fragrances, you don't wear that often. And I do want to admit, when you have a gigantic collection, most worn might only mean I wore it 3 times this fall because you're trying to rotate through so much stuff. I need to be completely honest in that regards. But this is one. We're going to stick with Prada on this one. And this was literally one of my most worn fragrances this fall. I must have worn it at least 5 or 6 times, man. It's just a fragrance that I think is super easy to wear, dumb reach, not overly complex. And that's Prada Luna Rosa Black. So I did get as you can see, it's one that I really enjoy. You see the different size bottle. I got the big bottle on this one. Heard rumblings that it's discontinued. I don't know. I think an average knows. I was on another live stream when I said I got this one. I did overpay for this one. I paid retail for it. I didn't know if it was going to be discontinued or not. So, but I really like it, man. I'm sure you've smelt this, right?
It's been a while.
Wow. Okay.
It's been a long while.
Okay.
Yeah, so believe it or not, I don't own any of them from that line. I don't own Carbon. I don't own Ocean. I don't own any of them.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I do own Prada Luna Rosa Ocean. I own Black, and then I have Carbon as well, but I don't have Ocean. I just have Luna Rosa Sport, Luna Rosa Black, and then the original carbon, which is like a little bit like Sauvage.
It is a little different, little earthy.
Yeah. So in a nutshell, like I said, I must have smelt this at least 5-6 times at Ulta. Every single time I smelt it, Scott is my witness, I was not impressed. I was like, I don't understand why this isn't all the date night videos.
Yeah.
This seems like a basic scent. I'm not overly impressed, but that's kind of the appeal about it. It's like subtle and sexy. Like it's musky, little powdery, has that angelica in it, which gives it, I think I heard Ross say Play-Doh. There is something powdery, almost like Play-Doh, a little earthy, woody. Ambery is the vibe I get with this one.
Okay.
But this one just works, man. I wear it a lot at work. I wear it just going out errands, but you can wear it on a date. This one's solid right here, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah. So this one was out of all the I grabbed 10 fragrances, but this was the one that I technically and officially wore the most this fall.
That's fine. There's no cap, man. I just thought maybe we'd keep it even 10, but just however it's going, we can talk about whatever.
Yeah, throw one at us.
All right. So the one that I reach for the most, and one of my favorite fragrances and one of my favorite fragrance houses, and if you know my channel and know me, you probably already know what I'm going to say, but it's this one by Zaharoff, and it's Signature Tobacco.
Man, I love that one, man.
I love everything about it. I love the juice. I love the labeling. I love a good tobacco fragrance. I love how dry, and to my nose, it's a matter of opinion, but I love how dry and dusty this is. I love the sweetness of it. I love the honey. I love the vanilla. It just works on my skin. It projects, it performs, and it gives me everything I need. It's comforting. It's very comforting because of how sweet it is, and I just like it. It's a great fragrance, and
I find it to be rather classy as well. I find it pretty classy.
For a 2-ounce, $155 for me, it's worth it. But to each their own. But it's one of my favorite and most worn fall fragrances, and I've got a nice little dent in there.
Right.
But there's a lot of good tobaccos. I could have put anything in here. A lot of good tobacco fragrances, Naxos, so on. The list goes on and on. But that's one of my favorites. What about you?
Yeah, man. So I'll be completely honest, and shout out to Hez Binkowitz in the house, man. Hope you had a great weekend, man. Congrats. He's been getting a lot of exposure recently, man. That makes me really happy, man. I've spoken with Hez.
Well deserved.
Yeah, I've spoken with Hez via text, real conversations on the phone. Yeah, he's good people, man. I got no qualms with what he's doing. I'm happy for the success that he's seeing. So we're gonna stay with the house of Zaharoff on this next one, and I would have shown Tobacco because it is one that I've worn, but I will admit I don't have a full bottle of it. I have 2 like decants, and I've been going through that decant. When I run out, I will get a full bottle, but I mean, I have the fragrance. Technically, I can just wear the fragrance that I want. So when I run out, then I'll get a full bottle. But this one here is officially my favorite just because it's the OG. I did wear it. I featured it in my fall fragrance video, and that is going to be the original Zaharoff signature pour on.
Yes.
So this is the one that originated. I know it's not the original. No, it's not the original, but of the signature line, right? This is the first one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So tell us about this one, Scott. I don't even need explaining. You know all about this one.
Man, it's a lavender bomb. It smells absolutely amazing. It's a little bit woody. It's a little bit, it's a lot of it woody actually, and a lot of amber, very soothing lavender. Good God, man.
It does have an amber vibe though.
Yeah, no, lavender is what I meant to say. Yeah, I love it. It's one of my favorites.
That's what I'm learning as I grow in this journey is I really do enjoy the note of lavender. Like I was going through the fragrances that I picked. I was like, oh, there's lavender in this. Oh, there's lavender in that. Didn't even know. So what I pick up a lot on this one is the cypress. I actually pick up on some green herbal facets in this one. I think it's the cypress. I don't know if there's fir in there, but I pick up on both of those as well. But the lavender is the star player.
It's so good. Yeah.
I love it, man. I love it.
Very, very smooth. Absolutely. So Mohammed in the comments was asking, hey, Scott and Mike, would you guys consider Mont Blanc Legend EDP a safe blind buy? What do you think, Mike?
Almost the safest blind buy you can get. To be honest, it's a very recognizable DNA.
Yeah.
If you like Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce, I'm assuming if he's considering Mont Blanc Legend EDP, then he's not one of those quote unquote like niche snobs or people that are like so far in the game that they would be like, oh, I need something super complex and smells like nothing else out there. But that is literally the first cologne that I bought my nephew. He's 16 years old and he's just getting into colognes. And he was like, hey, what would be a good one? And I was like, here you go. I bought Mont Blanc Red, Mont Blanc Legend. Those were the two that I sent him. So, and I'm right when I say Legend. That's the black bottle, or the or am I confusing it with the white one? Okay.
No, the white one's Legend Spirit.
There you
yeah,
go.
no, that's and it's versatile. It's one of those fragrances you can wear all year round and for like a lot of occasions, I feel like.
Yeah, literally anywhere, anytime. Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. Good question.
Right. So speaking of versatile, nice little segue. One of my fragrances is also a very versatile fragrance, and honestly, I didn't find out about this fragrance until I was new in the game, and I heard Ross talk about this all the time on TLTG reviews, and that is this one right here, Aqua Essenziale Blue by Ferragamo. I love it. It's one of my favorite blue fragrances. I like it better than a lot of the more expensive ones, the well-known ones like Bleu de Chanel and Sauvage. It's just one of my favorites. Wow. It's so good. I love the citrus, the lavender, a little bit of cardamom, and it's sweet. And I get a lot of performance on it. I've seen people complain that they don't, but I get 8 hours easily. And
so this whole performance thing kind of gets on my nerves, man. I think
me too.
I think if you want to know how long something performs, just spray it on your shirt before you go to bed. If you still smell it on your shirt the next day, that means you at least got, I don't know how many hours most people are sleeping. I would say 6 to 8 hours. But if you're getting 6 hours of performance, that's awesome, man. But I don't think for a $30 fragrance, you should be like complaining about the performance. I went on record with Ross to say I bought it. He was the one that made me buy the fragrance. I don't like it more than Bleu de Chanel, Scott.
No, I love it.
But I do like it. The cypriol oil. I think that was one of the first fragrances that I came across that had cypriol oil, and it's a very like balmy, almost sticky kind of smell. At least to my nose.
Yeah.
But I do like it. I do like it for a $30 fragrance. Like if you were at Marshall's and you went in there and you saw that, that's going to be better than the majority of everything else you see on the counter. There is a certain level of quality. And then the perfumer is Alberto Morales. Yeah. I'm probably butchered his last name, but yeah. So
I've heard it said so many ways. I've heard Marias and so whatever.
Yeah.
We know what you mean.
As long as you know that I know that you know that I know that you know.
And that's one of the things I love about it. I think that's one of the things that puts me over the top with it is, to me, how good it smells to my nose. But then, like, you can find it online for $24.
Yeah.
Whereas you're not getting Bleu de Chanel for that at all. So, you know, that's one of the things that kind of puts it over the top for me is in my love for it. And I think it smells good too. So.
And Bleu de Chanel's not really on the discount websites either. No. That's the tough part about Chanel in general. So if you want to get Chanel, it's better just to go to a flagship or their website.
Yeah. Now don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on Bleu de Chanel. I think it's a great fragrance, but you know, for the bang for your buck, I love Aqua Essenziale. So what do you got?
If we're talking about performance as well, I do think the Aqua Essenziale probably has better performance than at least my bottle of Bleu de Chanel EDP. Okay. But again, each to each of their own.
Right. You know. Yeah. Miles may vary.
Exactly. So I don't know if Unav is still here, but I could be wrong. I don't think he's like the biggest fan of the blue fragrances. So I know you just showed a blue fragrance, and I'm gonna stay on par with that and show something that has blue in the name as well. So my favorite fragrance of all time. So before I ever had a channel, before I know who Jeremy Fragrance was, Scott, like in one of my videos, it was Signature Scent. I showed a clip of me from like 2012, 2013 of me going to Macy's and buying a bottle of La Nuit de l'Homme. And mind you, people are paying $400 for these batches of La Nuit de l'Homme. So it only made sense when Blue Electrique came out that I would gravitate to this fragrance. So this is one of my most worn fall fragrances. I absolutely love this stuff. I don't care if people think it's played out, man. It's literally one of my favorite DNAs of all time. I must have smelled at least 300-400 things so far in my fragrance journey, and this is still one of my favorite DNAs, Scott. Like hands down, lavender. Again, I like the note of lavender. I think you get that spicy, warm cardamom and that dry cedar wood. And then with the Blue Electrique, what they did is they added some of those quote unquote blue facets. It's a little bit sweeter and it's a little bit denser. which I think is the appeal in general, because you get a little bit more performance because it's a little bit more dense. Now, I don't think you should pay, crazy prices for this, but there's websites. I don't know who's all watching, 16 people. There's a website called newsparfums.com, and it's a European website. You'll have to change the words and all that to English, but they have Blue Electrique almost all the time. It's a European website. It's not discontinued in Europe. So you can pick up a bottle of Blue Electrique, 100 milliliter bottle, $65. So, and they always have it. So I got this when Macy's had a flash sale.
News.
Yeah, newsparfums.com.
Right.
And I did feature this one in my fall video, and I did leave a link to News Parfum. So if you go to my fall fragrances videos, then the link is in the description if you want to go to that website. But yeah, man, tons of fragrances. And for you, Scott, that's I know you're constantly doing reviews, man. They have all the new stuff for way cheaper, and it's going to come out first. So I can text you the link to that website.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, I was just going to say
sure.
that. Do that. Yeah,
absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was one of those ones. It's funny. Speaking of Play-Doh, when I first sprayed that one, I kind of got that vibe from it. I didn't know how I felt, but it kind of changed on me, and it grew on me, and I really like it. But when I first sprayed that one, I kind of got that Play-Doh vibe from it. But I like it. I didn't at first, but I do now. It came back to me, and I really like it. And that's one of those videos, too. No matter what video I put that in, it seemed to the algorithm really grabbed that fragrance and kind of made my videos take off. So people were really digging that one.
Same here, man. It was one of the first videos that I did that I got over 1,000 views. And I got this when Macy's had a flash sale before the hype went super crazy on it. And it did pretty good, but I'm not going to keep ranting about this one. I want to hear about your next fragrance, Scott.
Okay. Let me just talk to a few people here. What's up, Charlie Brown? Good to see you, man. Obrigado. Thank you so much for stopping by all the way from Brazil. Love it. Thank you for being here, man. Man, we've been knowing each other for the last 3 years, so I appreciate you being here. It means a lot. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, love that. Let's see here. So my next one is another kind of tobacco fragrance. I wouldn't say it's tobacco forward, but it's definitely there. I love the sweetness of this fragrance. It's a very citrus heavy. It's got a little plum, a little cherry. I love the almond note that runs through this whole line.
I already know where you're going.
Yep, you already know. L'Homme.
I already know where you're going.
Yep, love this one extreme. It is one of my favorites, and you can find that almond note throughout the whole line. And it dries down a little bit on the masculine side with the leather and the tobacco. And like I said, the tobacco is not real prevalent. There's a little bit of woods in the background as well. But I love this one, and it gets me so many compliments. Not that that's why you're wearing fragrances, but it's always nice when people appreciate what you're wearing. And it's just one of my go-to. I just love the whole Guerlain L'Homme EDL line, and this one in particular is my favorite. So you can see the dent I put in that one.
Yeah.
And it's not listed in the ingredients with the cherry, but I'm definitely picking up on that note in there, even though it's I think it's a plum and cinnamon that's kind of dominating this one.
So cherry's not in the Ideal Extreme?
And according to Fragrantica, it's not, but I definitely smell it in this.
Because it's definitely in the EDP. It's like a cherry leather, correct?
Yes, yeah. Okay. And I love that one too.
So I have L'Homme Ideal EDP, and I have a decant. Shout out to Randy, aka the fragrance dude. He sent me L'Homme Ideal Extreme. So I've been wearing it. I enjoy it. And sometimes I even feel like I like the extreme version a little bit more. There's something that sparkles on it, and it's not as dense and sweet as the EDP. But then when I smell the EDP, I'm like, man, this is just going to hit different when it's cold outside. Just something about the sweetness, the leather, the cherry, and the almond just makes it a super smooth fragrance. So that's definitely a good pick. That's one that it has been on my radar. But again, if I have decants of it, I'm not going to buy a full bottle until I run out of that decant. If I still want to wear it after that decant it runs out, I definitely know it's a fragrance that I want. So, yeah,
for sure. Yeah, it's
awesome.
How do you feel about have you smelled any others from the line or just?
Yeah, I have L'Homme Ideal Cologne. I have the only two I have is L'Homme. Yeah, I have L'Homme Ideal Cologne, and I have L'Homme Ideal EDP, and then I have Habit Rouge, and then I have Vetiver. Those are the only 4 Guerlains that I have. Gotcha. And then I'm gonna try to pick up a vintage bottle of Guerlain Homme for spring. So I heard that one's has like a mojito vibe.
You know, it's weird. I've looked at a lot of the, you know, cologne houses to see if anybody makes the cologne, and you just can't find it anywhere.
Which one?
The L'Homme
The
Ideal
cologne?
cologne. If you
Yeah,
notice, nobody's really making a clone of it.
yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. I saw for a while, man, the prices on that were going kind of high, and I'm notoriously I'm a lover of the hunt, and I don't mean going to a rack store and then just, oh, I'm hunting, I found what I want and I dip. No, I love going on a Mercari, trying to find fragrances that no
Yeah,
one's really talking about, or something
yeah.
that I've wanted for a really long time, putting it in my search so that I'm like one of the first people that get notified, and then snagging it for a deal, man. That, like, in terms of like my fragrance hobby and what gets me going, that gets me more excited is winning a bid on eBay or winning something on Mercari than the actual shipment coming in. So, because I'm pretty selective with that, and I got that one. I say all that to say I got Ideal Cologne. I want to say for like 35, $40. So I got it for a pretty good price compared to what it's going for right now. And it's not crazy expensive, but yeah. And Charlie Parfum's right. It's discontinued.
Yeah. I love Mercari too, and I like that they're, you know, pretty. They don't really haggle with you if you kind of get something that's fake or, you know, not worth it. I love the 100% money back guarantee, because I recently got scammed and bought a Creed, and it was not real, and they gave me my money back. They just told me to send it back. I sent it back, and then it came back to me. So now I have a fake fragrance and my money back. So,
oh man,
yeah,
so I have a similar story happened to me not even a month ago. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, I tried to buy Virgin Island water. I should have known it was too good to be true. And then when I got it, you know, I lifted the thing off, and there it was. It was a fake, and you know, then the cap, the silver on top of the cap even came off, and I was like, nah, man. So I sent it back.
Yeah.
I sent them a big lengthy message with pictures, and no questions asked. They gave me my money back. So, but it smells good. It's very close, because I've got pecan, and
but you don't want, if you want the real thing, obviously. If you want a clone, you'd buy a clone. Yeah. So, same thing happened to me not even a month ago. I put a bid in for Prada L'Homme Intense. Okay, it was a good price, but still not the best price of all time. I think my bid was like for $85. So you know, it's usually going for a little bit over, just a little bit over $100 is kind of, I think, what I've been seeing people pay for it. But I won the bid for 85. What the guy shipped me was the fragrance with no packaging. The atomizer part had broke. So what he was trying to do is claim that it broke in the box, but that wasn't the case. He sent me a broken fragrance. So and then he wanted to try to blame shipping, but I got my money back. I got my money back right away. So
it's
you gotta be careful.
It's a great place to buy. I like it.
Yeah. Okay, so is it my turn or your turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. Let me go. Which one? Okay, so I'm looking at. Okay, so it's in between these two. I would say I technically wore this one more. Okay, so the next one is another discontinued fragrance. It's one that my wife loves, man. So she's a fan of Tom Ford Black Orchid, and although the scent profile isn't the same on this one, when I wear it at least 2 times, she said, "Hey, are you wearing Tom Ford Black Orchid?" So there's something about something in this fragrance that she just really loves. This one is Hugo Boss Private Accord. You like this one, Scott?
I have not gotten my nose on that one, but I do love a lot of the Hugo Boss offerings.
Yeah, beautiful fragrance, man. Beautiful, mass appealing. It's super mass appealing. Cacao, Maninka, like a dusty, fruity note, kind of that dry, chocolatey vibe, and then, you know, benzoin, like that almost like resinous, sweet, a little sticky type of feeling, but it has like the sensibilities of a mass marketed designer, where you smell that sweetness, that opening that just kind of brings you in, but it's done a little bit differently, man. I really like this one. I must have worn this one, man. I probably, honestly, I said I wore the Prada Black, but I might wear this one more, because this is one I wear out of the shower a lot.
Nice.
Yeah, I really like this one right here.
I was just at the department store yesterday, actually, and got my nose for the first time on the Boss Bottled Elixir. Wow.
Yeah, wow. I smelt it. No, I did not smell Elixir. It's the brown bottle, the dark brown bottle.
Yeah, I liked it.
I went to the Macy's and whatnot. I've yet to see a bottle there. I've asked him for it, but it's good. It's woody from what I hear. It's very woody.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it might have a touch of oud in it as well. It kind of reminded me of that one that everybody likes by Polo, the Polo oud. It kind
Polo
of
oud?
Yeah, it reminded me of that a little bit.
Yeah, so who sent me a decant of Polo oud? Man, the name. Oh, Jesus. I can't remember.
Jesus sent it to you. Nice.
Jesus, Jesus. No, Jesus. It was his Mexican cousin. Man,
Awesome.
the name evades me, but yeah, somebody that he's a moderator in a lot of the live streams. He sent me about 20 fragrances, and that was one of the ones he sent me. So yeah, man, definitely check this one out, Scott.
I will.
I can get your address, man, and send you some stuff because it's kind of hard. I don't know what you haven't smelled, but if you haven't smelled this one, I'd be happy to send you a decant, man. Yeah,
let me look at a couple of these comments. Let's see here. House of Colossus, the EDP comes off more leathery on my skin. Okay. Let's see here. Charlie, your thoughts about L'Homme EDL Cool instead of EDL Cologne? I love Cool. Cool is absolutely one of my favorites because I love the mint in it. It's very refreshing and relaxing to me. And of course, the mint and the almond. Actually, that's another one of those fragrances I spray before I go to bed. I always spray, some of the more calming fragrances on my hand right here because I always put my hand under my head and it just kind of relaxes me. And I really, really love that one. It's one of my favorites. I feel like that Cool you can wear all year round. I feel like it's very versatile that you can wear.
I've never smelt it.
Man, I love it. I love the whole line, but I love the mint in it. It just smells fantastic with that almond. There's something so addictive about that almond note as well. But yeah, I love them all. Every one in the line is good. I haven't tried some of the new ones, but like what is it, plantain or something like that? But yeah, that one's but I love the Cologne, man. I don't know. There's nothing quite like the Cologne. I love the citrus in there, and I love how smooth and it just smells creamy. It's creamy citrus in that Cologne.
Gotcha. So 2 things. Muhammad said he purchased a bottle of Boss, the scent Magnetic. And again, I would encourage people to sample. There's no need to blind buy and then just have tons of fragrances that are collecting dust. So do sample. I have a sample of Boss, the scent Magnetic. It's an excellent fragrance, man. This was full. I've been wearing it. I'm contemplating getting a full bottle, but this one's good. So if Boss, the scent Private Accord is like a dusty fruit, this one's like powdery. It's similar DNA, but powdery. And then somebody else, Brian, asked, has anyone smelt Lalique Ombre Noir? Shout out to Fatboy Fragrances LLC. That's where I got this one from. You can see his watermark right there. This is Lalique Ombre Noir.
Shout out to Juan. Love Juan.
This is not a mass appealing fragrance, okay? It's not mass appealing, but anybody who has wore Lalique knows there's a certain level of quality. They kind of bring some unique offerings to the table. Anybody that smelled Ombre Noir, don't think that's what you're going to get with this. This smells nothing like Ombre Noir. This one here, man, it's cinnamon, papyrus. Man, it's really good. It has I don't know if it's a curry note. A lot of people get kind of a curry smell from it. It's very interesting.
Well, that's different.
Tobacco. Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm not going to say what my wife thought it smelled like, but I think it smells good. I think it smells very good. Yeah. This is for the seasoned fragrance enthusiast who wants something in their collection that doesn't smell like everything else that they currently have on their shelf. That's where I'm at. You know what I mean? I like my mass appealing stuff for sure. Like a lot of these that I'm wearing, my most worn fall fragrances are going to be the more of the mass appealing stuff. But I do appreciate things on my shelf that don't smell like anything else. So,
have you looked into buying any of the samples from Zoologist?
I've only smelt one. I think, but no, I haven't smelt it.
Smelling like everything else.
Yeah, I know you're a big fan of that stuff. I've heard you talk about it. Like I know there's like a T-Rex, there's a seahorse. Yeah, I haven't smelled anything from the house.
Yeah. So that's a good place to start for those of you who are looking for a collector's fragrance house. Where it's not mass appealing. They're award-winning fragrances done by award-winning perfumers, and there's a lot of stuff there that's unusual to say the least. So it's a definitely great house Samples are, I think, like around $8 or $9. It's just that coming from Canada, if you want the full presentation with the actual story and a good atomizer that sprays, not a dabber, then order from Zoologist because you're going to get a great presentation. And I think they're like $8 a sample, and then you got to pay the shipping. And usually Victor always signs stuff. He's kind of like George that way, sends you a little card. So
he does a little personalized vibe.
Yeah, fun
that.
house to get involved in. But,
I like that.
All right, so I think it's my turn.
Okay.
So far we haven't overlapped any, but maybe we will here.
Darige.
Versace, love it. Pour Homme, man. This thing is so good.
You ran through. Hold on, give me 1 second.
This juice by Versace. A lot of you guys know about Hawas. Well, this one right here is Darige or Darege, however you say it, man. This thing is absolutely spectacular. Yep.
Yeah. So you ran through more of your bottle than me, as you can see. I haven't had this one that long, but I will tell you, man, I've gotten, again, guys, come on now. Like, Cologne's not going to get you laid. Don't worry about compliments. So heavy, but it does feel good to get you some positive affirmations. And this one has garnered a couple compliments.
100%, man. Every time. I get stopped wherever I go when I wear this. Church, the mall. My wife's like, ooh, that's the one I wore tonight. This was my scent of the night when I went to church. And my wife's like, what are you wearing? And I was like, she's like, wow, I love that. And I was like, remember when that person stopped me the other? Yeah, every time I wear it, I get stopped by somebody.
Would you agree that the dry down is like 3-4 times better than the opening? Or that's at least the way I feel on it. When I first smelt it, I was like, none of the notes particularly stood out to me. Kind of felt a little jumbled together. I was trying to like decipher what the fragrance was doing. But then when it dried down, man, I was like, man, I really enjoy this. I sprayed it on my hand testing, and then I smelt it again, and I was like, man, I smell really good. What did I spray on myself? And then it turned out to be this. Yeah.
For me, it's for me, and like we said, it's all subjective. For me, it's kind of a linear. It's just like a nice, creamy, somewhat spicy vanilla that just kind of stays linear on my skin, and it's very, very smooth. And that's how it comes across for me. But I love it. I think it's absolutely spectacular. And there's 101 vanilla fragrances, but there's just something about that one that's so warm and cozy. It's smooth. And I know there's amber in there and stuff, but it just really works on my skin. It's linear. It's like from start to finish, I get that warm, spicy vanilla.
Yeah. So the spicy is coming from cumin, from what Jeremy House of Colossus is saying, because he's been touting not only this, but Middle Eastern in general. He's my go-to when it comes to Middle Eastern fragrances. Oh man, one of my lights just went out. But yeah, he's been talking about Darege. I'm probably butchering the name. He's been hyping that one for a while. But yeah, great fragrance, y'all. $20. I bought this on with a gift card. I was able to get it for less than $25 on Amazon. So definitely check that one out. And yeah, a lot of people are saying the same. Yeah, this one's good. So
let's see what some of the other comments say. All right, Hillman, best way to get Blue Electric is to get Fragrance World's Jack of Clubs. In my opinion, this $30 fragrance smells 3 times the price and is 90% close to Blue. Yeah, I got you. Let's see.
All right, so I'm having a little technical difficulty with my lights, so we're just gonna rock with the first light that I have in front of me.
You still look fine.
Thanks, brother. Let me turn this one up though. Sorry, man. I feel like such an amateur. This is amateur hour over here on my end.
You're good.
All right, so I know you probably have not smelt this fragrance. This would be one that I would actually send you if I was to send you a care package, because I send this to everybody because I want to get the word out on this fragrance. But it's a fragrance that a lot of people might even attribute to my channel because I've talked about it so much. Now, I like Ani, but then there's another vanilla fragrance it's just one of those feel-good fragrances, Scott. Think orange, dreamsicle, vanilla. Man, it's good. This one comes from Lolita Lempica. This one is Green Lover.
That sounds good.
Yeah, you see the dent I've knocked in this one, man. The bottle looks kind of cool to me too as well. Man, I really like this one, Scott. I really, really like this one. So imagine orange up top, You get a boozy note, but not like a thick whiskey. Think of gin, like 3 a.m. almost, like where it's like the liquor that's being used is clear, kind of gives it a sparkle and a pop. So you get the orange, you get the gin, then you get that vanilla with some black pepper. It's not overly complex. Smells so good, Scott. On a nice, like cool, crisp day, this one hits different, man. So,
you know how I feel about Ultra Zest, so I know I'd love that one.
Oh, you would, if you like Ultra Zest, you would definitely like this one, Scott.
Yeah, I'm just stingy on the sprays because I don't want to run out.
Yeah, I think Sammy Andreas has a clone of it. I haven't smelt it before, but I'm pretty sure he has a clone. Have you smelt that one?
He has a really good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
His clones are good. Yeah.
Yep. Definitely check this one out. It's only like $40 maybe, Scott.
Okay.
I really, really do enjoy this one, man. And I have Ani. It was featured in my fall fragrance video, yet I ended up wearing this one more just because it's not as like herbally and warm and quote unquote maybe challenging as Ani is.
Yeah.
It's just a light-hearted fragrance that makes you feel good when you wear it. It's a orange creamsicle vanilla type fragrance.
Yeah. And I love Annie as well. I've got a decant of it, and then I've got a ton of clones. I think I've got one from Sexual Sessions, and Barrett Fragrances has a clone of it as well, and so I've got a few clones of it. But I definitely do want to get the original just because I'm a collector. Yeah,
Jeremy knows. Shout out again to House of Colossus. He said in the comments, still need to try that Lolita. You've mentioned it plenty of times. It's one that I swear by on my channel, man. So one of my favorites in general, regardless of price point. I think it's that good. Now, there is one. Who's the company that makes Fox and the Flowers?
Oh,
Imaginary Authors?
Imaginary Authors, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So they have one called Saint Julep or Saint Tulip or something like that. Randy was telling me, oh man, when you sent me Green Lover, it kind of gave me a Saint Julep vibes. And so I had a decant of that. And I was like, yeah, I can see where you'd say that. But yeah, definitely just to circle back. It's a great fragrance. But what you got for us, Scott?
All right. So it's nothing very original, very mass appealing. A lot of people have this in their collection. And I remember the first time I saw these bottles, I thought they were cheesy. But this is one of my go-to fall/winter fragrances. And that, of course, is by Spice Bomb Extreme.
You had to hit us with the heavy right there. That's a heavy hitter right there, bro.
I love this one, yeah, because I get a lot of. I know. We talked about performance, but the performance is good on it. I love vanilla-based fragrances. There's a little tobacco in here, but it's not that prevalent. You got the cinnamon, and it's just a great performer. And so I always go to it, and it's a compliment machine.
I love that fragrance, man. I love it. Now, it's hard to say I love it. I guess I'll say I like it because I don't have it. Every time I say yeah, so I don't have that one. What I have is Bulgari's Man in Black, which I find to be similar enough. Yeah, I find it to be similar enough to where I don't need Spice Bomb Extreme right now. Now, that whole Spice Bomb Extreme, it gives me Christmas vibes. So I tend to wear those type of fragrances more closer to around Christmas, the holidays, when Texas ever gets cold. But that's usually around that time that I usually pull that one out. Yeah, I like that one a lot.
I'm not quite as warm as you, but South Carolina stays pretty warm for a while too. So yeah, it's hard to break out those cold weather fragrances. But when I can, I break them out.
Now, Spice Bomb Extreme is discontinued, correct? I'm not sure.
I don't think so. Maybe someone in the comment section knows.
So if you go to like Macy's or Dillard's, you can just go pick up a bottle of Spice Bomb Extreme?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. For some reason, I don't know, maybe I'm tripping. I thought it was discontinued or something.
There's one of them that's discontinued. I feel like that's the Fraiche.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you probably know. You've been at this longer than me. I don't know why I thought that it was discontinued.
How long have you been going at it?
I looked at your channel today, and I think you've had your channel 3 years.
3 years.
I've had my channel for 2 years. So I was watching y'all guys for a solid year before I got the courage to hit record, man, which is kind of crazy because you say, oh, you're natural, this and that. But bro, like it took me a while to get the confidence to actually hit record. Like, all right, I'm going to do this.
See, that's what I'm here for. Like, I want people to be like, "Ooh, if he can do it, I can do it." That if I give you that hope, then if this guy right here can do it, anybody can do it. Don't be the.
No. It was how. Damn. Yeah, no, it was you and TLTG, and then right there at the very end there, even Jeremy House of Colossus, I saw him doing it, and I was like, man, I could do this as well. And Jeremy House of Colossus was one of the first people I started reaching out with that I wanted to make collaborative content, because at one point I even had more subs than Jeremy. And then bro, his channel has blown up. I think he's close to 6,000 to 8,000, which is like 2,000 difference. But I think he has at least 6,000 subs now. So, and he's been at it, I think, for about 3 years as well.
Nice.
So
That's
yeah.
Mohammed has a question. Beside Hacivat, Ani, and Wulong Cha, what would you guys recommend for me to sample from Nishane?
You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
The one that comes to mind that I really like, it's kind of got a shower gel vibe. It's clean, it's aquatic, is Ege. I love Ege. I don't know if you've tried that one, Mohammed, but it's one of my favorites. It's kind of in that blue fragrance vein. Honestly, if you smelled in a designer fragrance, that's kind of what you'd think of it. It's a more expensive, niche fragrance with kind of a designer feel, but I like it. Because I'm a sucker for aquatics and freshies anyway. So, but I love Ege. But definitely
it's floral. It's floral too. It's fresh, but it's floral because it has that Yang Lang note in it. So it's very bright, very clean. It's very summery. It serves a purpose for hot weather. Do you remember Mike Fragrance Wardrobe?
Yes.
Yes, he's the one. When that came out, he sent me a decan of that when it first came out.
Okay. I haven't heard his name in a while.
Yeah. Shout out to Mike. He's also the reason why I even know who Sammy Andreas is. He did a video was featuring Blue Sapphire. I was like, man, that one sounds awesome. And he ended up sending me a full bottle. So he's the first person that ever reached out, showed me love from the fragrance side of things. First person that ever included me in a tag video.
Nice.
Yeah, so shout out to him. But that's how I know what Ege is. The one I would personally recommend, even though I haven't smelt it, but off the strength of Dedrick Hicks Jr. channel, he talks about this one a lot, is Fan Your Flames. So I would say Ege and then Fan Your Flames, other than Hacivat, Wulong Cha, and the other one that he mentioned would be the ones that I think probably are the most popular ones that people gravitate to. I pulled it up on Fragrantica. It says coconut, rum, tobacco, tonka bean, Chinese cedar, which I don't know what Chinese cedar is compared to other parts of the world, and then oak moss. So it says the main notes are coconut, tobacco, and rum.
Gotcha.
So yeah,
nice.
Which is an interesting combo.
You got any more,
fall fragrances?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Let me hit you with this one. Yeah. This is another one that got me compliment at work. It's one that I wear primarily at work. If you enjoy sandalwood fragrances, you're gonna really enjoy this one. This one's from Cartier. It's Pacha de Cartier Parfum.
Yeah, I love that one.
You smelt it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when I first tried to buy it, I was brand new. It was like year one. I bought the wrong one.
Oh, man, that's tough.
Yeah, and I didn't like that one, but I love that one.
Which one did you buy, if you don't mind me asking?
I think it's the EET.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah, so I have this one, and then I have Pacha de Cartier like Edition Sport. It's the red bottle, which it's an aquatic, so it's nothing like this one. So having both of them doesn't make this redundant. But I know OG Russell Mack, he really likes this one. He's one of the reasons why I picked it up. Russell. Yeah, he's one of the reasons why I picked it up. He was like, "Oh, Mike, I can't believe you ain't got this, man. You gonna love it." Yeah, so I was like, man, I gotta try it. And then I got it. And it's like, man, sandalwood, boozy, and you get the benzoin. That's the main three things. And it has like something called a brennicide in it, which is I think that's just maybe a fancy way of saying ambroxan. I'm not sure. Maybe someone in the comments knows, but I do pick up kind of like an ambroxan vibe. But I was at work and I got a compliment. They were like, man, you smell good, Mike. What are you wearing? And when that happens, I always feel a little bougie. I'm like, I'm wearing Pacha de Cartier, Parfume. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, bro, I'll send you a picture. It'll just be a little bit easier.
You're like, I left my Cartier watch at home, but you know.
Yeah. No, that's a little bit more expensive a hobby than I can manage, man. I can't get no Cartier watch right now.
That's what I was just talking to Russell today about. He didn't know about his, And I was telling him, man, that's in your neck of the woods. Who better to review Hez than Russell? So I put those. I gave him his contact information, and I hope he has told him to reach out. So I hope he does reach out.
Yeah, that's a brand ambassador that just kind of makes sense, because he's literally in New Orleans.
Yes. So I hope he reaches out to Hez. I told Hez about him, and Hez didn't know who he was. So I hope they link up.
Yeah, no, especially because he's been at him. Like, he is one of the OGs, literally.
Yeah.
I would like to link up with Hez though, because he's in Houston right now, and that's my neck of the woods. I'm in Austin, and I was born and raised in Houston. So last time I was in Houston, we weren't able to tap in with each other just because for other reasons. But I do hope at some point in the future, me and Hez can figure something out.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
All right, so your turn, brother.
All right, so I've got a couple more. These are ones that I'm looking forward to wearing more even as the weather turns. This is a Cologne house. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but in the description, there'll be a link to this house. This is one of my favorite Cologne houses here in the States, and this is Barrett Fragrances. I don't know what you guys know about Barrett, but this one is called Divine Intervention. And this is basically, I mean, if you haven't figured it out, this is a clone of Angel Share. So absolutely amazing. The oils in here are so good, and these things last forever. And don't be a dummy like me and spray this on your clothes because you'll stain everything.
But, oil concentration is pretty high, so it's an extra.
It's real high concentration. It's so boozy and sweet, and I think he switches out the praline for caramel, but it smells so good, man. I'm telling you, it's one of my favorites.
So it has that spiced apple, boozy vibe.
Yeah. A lot of vanilla. Yeah, it's so warm and cozy. And right now I don't have Angel Share, so this will do.
What's the price point on that one?
40. I think they're like around $44 for a bottle this size. And
100 mil or 60 mil?
Not to shill, but if $44, and then I've got my code for like 30% off. On top of that, it's a great price. So it's a good house. What's your promo code? They've stepped up their game because they used to have those stickers, and they went to those plates and stuff like that, and they got a better presentation. So I'm definitely going with Barrett. I have so many Barrett fragrances. I think I might do a live in the coming weeks about them.
What's your promo code, if you don't mind me asking? I'm sure if people check it out, then they.
I can't remember because I got so many, but it's in the description of this video.
Gotcha. Awesome.
Yeah.
So I don't. Jeremy's asking. He said he hasn't tried anything from Barrett. So any recommendations other than that?
Yeah, man. I love Big Blue, which is their Bleu de Chanel. Big Blue is different though. It's more of an inspiration than it is a clone, but I love how smooth it is. I love that the blue feeling of it. It's it's got all the things that you like about a blue fragrance. The woods, the citruses, and Broxton, whatever. And I love Big Blue. It gives me so many compliments. That's one of my favorites. My daughter stole my Annie clone that they have. They have so many, and they're coming out with stuff almost every week.
I heard about that clone,
the Aventus one is so good. I like it. It's smooth. Not as smoky. For those of you who like the smokier version, I get it. But I like their Aventus clone. Dude, they've got so many. I've got Lost Cherry. I've got Black Phantom clone. And they've got everything that you can think of. And all you got to do is just go in the description and type a clone you're looking for, and it'll pull up the fragrance. So it's pretty easy navigating.
Nice. Yes, I haven't checked anything out from that house.
And I've helped them develop a couple fragrances. A lot of people were kind of weird about it, but the one that I wanted to see is, believe it or not, a clone. Actually, you're going to think this is funny, but a clone of Nautica Voyage, because I wanted something stronger, because Nautica Voyage is great, and I love that DNA, but I wanted something that was a little bit more beast mode than it is on my skin. I know some people tell me they get good performance, but I wanted something a little more heavy. So he did a Nautica Voyage clone that's super heavy, and I love it. I'm here for it. And there's a couple other ones that I helped him develop. And I even named it after a place in Charleston, South Carolina. It's called Isle of Palms. So that one's really good. Yeah. So they've got some great fragrances, man.
I like Nautica Voyage. I don't like it as much as my wife.
I love it. My wife hates it.
My wife loves Nautica Voyage. It's something that I'll wear primarily when I get out of the shower. Every once in a while, I might wear Nautica Voyage twice a year, maybe. But every time I wear it, Scott, hand to God, she always says, "Are you wearing Nautica Voyage?" It's just one of those fragrances. It's like the stereotypical cologne freshie smell, kind of like Aqua di Gio. When someone's wearing Aqua di Gio, you know they're wearing Aqua di Gio. When someone's wearing Nautica Voyage, you know they're wearing Nautica Voyage. So she really likes that one. So that's cool that there's a clone that actually, you know what I mean, gives you that extra oomph. That extra
man, all their oils are like intense, and you got to be careful because they'll stain. And presentation's good. Like I said, $44 I think for most of their fragrances, and and then you got the discount. So and that they even run specials that are more than my discount code around the holidays. So however you find it, it doesn't have to be through me. Just definitely check them out because they're an up and coming house.
Gotcha. So we're at 55 minutes, so we have time to go a little bit, a couple more maybe.
Go. I've got one more.
Okay, cool. So this next one is one, it's not going to break the bank, not discontinued. It's going to cost you maybe $25, $30. It's a fragrance from Michel Almerac, so renowned perfumer. This one comes from Bentley. It's one that I've talked about on my channel before. It's one I've heard quite a few other reviewers talk about. Scent profile well exceeds the price point. This one is Bentley Absolute.
Bentley fragrances are so good for the price.
Yeah.
They're
Bentley
so
Absolute.
good.
Have you smelt Bentley Absolute?
No, I haven't. But
Scott, you would like this one. Not mass appealing.
I love the Bentley Intense.
Smells great. So. Yeah, that's what there's something about Bentley, man. When you smell like the For Men for him or whatever line, each one kind of does its thing. Bentley Silver Lake does its thing.
Yeah,
Bentley For Men Intense does its own thing, and then this one does its own thing. So this one is Michel Almerac. He made this one. He also made the fragrance that this is compared to, which is Gucci Pour Homme 2003. So the same perfumer that made Gucci Pour Homme also made a fragrance which ironically smells extremely like it. Now, I haven't smelt Bentley the Gucci one, but on Fragrantica it's been voted like 900 times as smelling similar. So I would like to think people which have smelt both, they know what they're talking about. This is sexy pencil shaving vibes, dry papyrus, dry cedar, olibanum. That's the overall vibe, but it kind of smells like if you're walking into Home Depot through the lumber section. That's the kind of vibe that you get. I love this one. I absolutely love this. I love this one. The person that put me on to this fragrance was AC Smells Good. Do you know who that is?
No.
Yeah, just if you type in Smells Good fragrance reviews, he's one of my favorite reviewers. I don't a lot of people know who he is, but man, I would encourage anybody who is interested in checking this fragrance out to watch my video, obviously, because I have a full review, or check out AC Smells Good because he has an excellent review as well.
Awesome,
man. I love. I'm gonna have to send you some stuff, Scott, because you said you haven't smoked this one.
And anything I've got, just let me know.
Yeah, I'll send you this one, and then those one other one that we had talked about. Oh, the Lolita Limpica. I'll have to send you that as well.
All right, and then I'll do one more honorable mention, and we'll wrap it up.
Awesome.
This is one of the best purchases I've made for 2023. It's a fragrance I'm going to wear the heck out of the rest of this fall and this winter, and it's this guy right here. This is La Male Elixir. This is one of the best purchases I've made this year. This thing blew me away. It smells so good. Lavender, mint, vanilla, benzoin, honey, tobacco. Man, this smells amazing. Love it.
Yeah. I have a decant. I have a decant of that as well. Randy sent it to me, I think.
So that's about it, guys. Thank you so much, Mikey, for joining me. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule because I know you're a busy man, have a lot going on. And guys, please go on over to his channel, subscribe, check him out. He's doing big things. His channel is growing, and he's one of the pillars in the fragrance community. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
I
really appreciate it.
We'll talk some more off camera.
Yeah, man. Hopefully, when I get a live going on my end here soon, I can get you to come through, man.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
Just to let everybody know in the chat, whenever I do a live, everybody's welcome. Anybody and everybody. Like I'm down for whatever. So I try to keep it, cool like that. So
thank you so much, and thank you everybody who came by. Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you being in the chat. It means the world to me. and we look forward to seeing you. Oh, just one more thing. I've got a very special guest that I'm interviewing. You guys need to check it out. I'm not going to tell you who. It's probably not somebody you're thinking about, but it is a very special, it's a character. This is going to be a fun interview, and I'm going to do it live. I'm going to do it live Wednesday. So be checking out that one because it's going to be fun. I'm telling you, it's going to be fun.
Heck yeah. Awesome.
So we'll see you guys then. Thank you so much, Hez. Love you guys. House of Colossus, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. You guys are awesome, and we'll see you guys next time.
Absolutely.
See you, Mikey.
Later, man.
Later.
Later.